I don't know what I'm going to do if this fails, but I just quit my job to start an online business. I have 1 year's worth of savings. That means 2026 is my make it or break it year. Hi, my name's Monty, and I've made a lot of financial mistakes over the years. I've taken on student loans, I've bought terrible real estate, and I've gone into debt to keep a failing business running. Here's the good news. I've learned a lot from all of these mistakes, and I was able to sell my last business for a profit, and I've paid off over $500,000 in bad debt over the last few years. I have spent the last 2 years in a W-2, and you know what? I quit. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate having a boss. I want to have the financial freedom to go anywhere I want, anytime that I want, without having to ask for permission. That's why I'm starting an online business. Here's the surprise. It has nothing to do with the channel that you're watching right now. This is my business, Black Cap Fitness. And as you can see, it has less than 300 subscribers right now because I've just gotten started. This channel is where I'm going to document everything I do to grow the business. It's a way to keep myself accountable and to also connect with anyone that wants to start a business but might be too scared to start. Or maybe they just don't know how to start. I'm not Alex Hormozi, Cody Sanchez, or Daniel Priestley. I'm not here to tell you what you should be doing in your business or that you should even start one. I'm here to show you what I'm doing in mine. Every week I'll be here going into a lot of detail about what I'm doing every step of the way so I can get financial freedom. But what is the actual goal going to be? Financial freedom is a great idea, but I need some real numbers. For me, to have the lifestyle I want, I need to bring home $10,000 a month. That means once I factor in expenses and the worst invention in human history, taxes, that means I need to sell $15,000 worth of stuff online every month. That means my goal is $180,000 in sales this year. That's a big goal, and maybe I'm a bit delusional, but we're all going to find out together if I can do it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll find out what happens. Now the question is, how do I sell $180,000 worth of stuff online? You see, business can be incredibly complicated, but it really just comes down to 3 steps. Solve a problem for people, tell as many people as you can about it, and charge them money. That's it. I'm not Apple, Google, or Tesla. I don't have to worry about making things complicated. They're going to get complicated on their own. So I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, because I'm only one person. So how do I find this problem to solve for people? After all, if I'm not solving a problem, no one's going to pay me any money. The best place to find this answer is from your own experience. So let's break down my experience and see what problems I've had to solve in my own life. I studied biology in college with a focus on human physiology. After college, I've been studying biomechanics on my own. I've used this to be a personal trainer for the last few years. So with that kind of history, it's pretty obvious that I should look into the health and fitness space. But this is an incredibly broad category. Under health and fitness, there's weight loss, nutrition, supplementation, injury recovery, disease, mental health, and a bunch of other stuff that I really can't even remember right now. All of these can be profitable, but there is no way that I can help people with all of these problems all at once. Once again, I'm just one person. I'm going to focus on the area that I have a lot of experience with and that I enjoy talking about. For me, that's going to be injury recovery. I always get a lot of satisfaction when I have a client that walks out feeling better than they did when they walked in. Whether it's a knee problem, back pain, or anything else, it's rewarding for me, but it's also a lot easier to sell. Finding a problem to solve means I'm looking for a specific pain point that people need fixed as fast as possible. So what better than actual physical pain? People literally spend trillions of dollars every year trying to fix their physical pain. So I know that it's going to be a big market of people that are willing to spend money. But we are not done yet. Injury recovery is still a massive category. So now I want to narrow it down to just a single injury. Personally, I've dealt with a lot of injuries thanks to years of sports, but the one that hurt the worst, the one that I have the most knowledge about, is sciatica. Every day, I would wake up wondering if my leg was going to be working or if I was going to fall to the floor the second I stepped out of bed. So needless to say, I became an expert on it. Now that I've found a specific problem that I want to solve for people, will they pay me for it? Well, yes. That's because every month there are hundreds of thousands of searches on both Google and YouTube for sciatica. And like we talked about earlier, I started a YouTube channel in order to promote this online business. So YouTube's going to be the tell people about it part. Now, how I'm going to do that on YouTube, that's for a future video that we'll talk about later, because I do have a whole lot I want to get into about that. And hopefully I'm on the right track with it. But if you're out there and you know anything about YouTube, let me know in the comments any advice that you have. Now that I know what problem I'm solving for people, I need to figure out how I'm going to do that. And that's called deliverability. Am I going to work with people one-on-one, or am I going to sell them a pre-made program? Both are good options, and I'll be going over these in next week's video. Once I have that video uploaded, I'll come back to this one and I'll link it in a card that'll be right here. Or maybe it'll be here. YouTube's weird sometimes, but either way, I'll see you there.